Here's the completed 1964 Arvin radio. It was kind of difficult to get it put back together, but I did get it all put back together. Let's take a look at the rear here. I put in all new capacitors, new filter capacitors. One person mentioned that he heard distortion when I was testing the radio before, and he was right. As the radio warmed up, distortion would increase. And the first thing I tried was to put in a new 50C5 tube, because I noticed the grid voltage at the 50C5 was about 5 volts positive, and you can't have a positive grid voltage with respect to the cathode, or you'll have almost no bias voltage, and you'll end up with distortion. And so the grid voltage was about the same as the cathode, and there was no bias. So I put a new tube in, and that seemed to help. I also put in a new socket, because it looked like the circuit board had gotten carbonized around the socket terminals. So to try to get the best solution to the problem, I put a new socket in and used a new tube. I put a fuse in there. I also put in a new capacitor here to replace the coupling capacitor between the 12AV6 and the 50C5. I was thinking initially that there was a bad capacitor in there causing that, but I don't think it actually was. And I used this fuse. Hopefully this won't end up blowing. I think it should provide adequate protection. It's a 1.5 amp. It should be able to not blow on a nuisance blow, but it should blow if there's an actual short. And here's the new 1N4007 diode. Here's the FM tuner module. I got the dial cord restrung, got it put back on there. The interesting thing is that these are translucent here, and it looks like there's a mounting post for a lamp here, but this model didn't come with a lamp. So I'd like to try to devise some kind of a lighting scheme, maybe with some neon lamps behind these translucent things so that the dials will light up, the tuning dials will light up. And they just soldered the wires to the FM antenna terminals on the back cover for some reason with very short wire. But this does have a permanently connected antenna coupled through this capacitor here to the power line, so you don't really even need the external antenna. But I think I'll try and make those wires longer before putting the back on. And I guess that's about it as far as the repair jobs. Let me turn it around here. Well, let's look at the bottom first of all. I put in the new socket, put new wires on the socket terminals, and ran them all the way along the leads, or all the way along the circuit board traces to make sure I had good connections to the 50C5 tube. I removed the pin 5 of the tube, which is another connection to the grid. The grid goes to pin 2 and pin 5. And since this pin 5 was near the plate and screen terminals where there'd be high voltage, I just removed the terminal entirely from the tube socket and didn't connect it. We'll put in new capacitors here in the second FMIF. And I guess it probably didn't really need those, come to think of it. But I went ahead and did them when I was trying to troubleshoot the problem with the FM tuner. So they seem to work good. I just peaked up the FM coil here to get the best response from it. So now I'll turn it over. Let's see if I can get it turned around here. I've got this paper towel setting here just as an insulator so the circuit board doesn't end up touching the desk. I don't think the desk is really conductive, but I want to do this just to be sure. And now I'm going to plug it into the isolation transformer. And the clock does have a neon lamp. You can see the neon glow there. Too often these have burned out, but this one's still going good. Uh-oh, I lost the tuning knob. I don't know what happened to the tuning knob. Oh, here it is. Okay. Put the tuning knob back on here. So we'll first check the AM. Let's see if I can get the tuning knob back on here. There we go.
been on the market. No one's been looking. Currently, the roof needs to be replaced, and it's leaking to the point where the insurance is going to cancel us if we don't fix it. So my only alternative seems to be borrowing the money to fix the roof. But since I read your book 2 years ago, I've taken no debt. So I'm wondering, what do I do to move out of that?
The camera is causing a little bit of AM interference.
Township. We believe in free enterprise, smaller government, the Constitution, and the American dream, which means giving you a good deal. Please give us a call at 683-3296. That's Advantage Store.
All integrate and combining the best of both.
Why is it?
This has really good high frequency response.
$700-9511. That's 1-800-700-9511.
Need a laptop computer for work or school but can't get approved because of bad credit or no credit? Listen up, because
Arvin seemed to be the best AM radios I've heard as far as just high frequency response and sound quality. I don't know what it is. They're not really anything special, or not anything much more so than other 5-tube radio circuits.
We'll include a free color printer and a free.
They seem to sound the best on AM out of any radios that I've tried.
Only make this incredible offer.
Maybe not all radios, including like communications receivers or something, but as far as just tabletop home radios,
advantage of this incredible opportunity
they seem to sound
to get a
really
brand
good
new,
on
brand
AM.
name laptop with a free.
Now let's try FM.
Was in the Army.
You didn't Google it, did you?
Yeah, I Googled it.
Who's this?
Laura Stunt.
Congratulations, you have just won a $10 gift card from Sonic Drive-In. How about that?
Great, I love that.
Where are you calling me from?
I'm calling from Midland.
Tell us who's your listen at workstation.
My listen at workstation and my listen at home station is 106.7.
You're right, baby. Can't promise tomorrow, but I promise tonight.
Excuse me, and I might drink a little more than I should tonight. And I might take you home with me if I could tonight.
This doesn't really have the output transformer to produce a lot of bass. It's a pretty small transformer.
Me duele mucho el diente. Como mamá, quiero que mi familia sea atendida con el mejor cuidado posible y en un ambiente seguro. No te preocupes, mamá.
Product today. Only a few requirements to donate. You must be between 18 and 60.
Some of the best music this state has to offer is yours. Inside this Kicks 99 Texas Triple Play.
In Odessa. Overnight, look for a few clouds here and there, and the showers and thunderstorms could linger through the overnight hours. Winds stay out of the east-southeast through the afternoon overnight hours, sustaining between about 5 to 10 miles per hour.
there's the Arvin radio. This has been among the most difficult to figure out radios I've worked on, but I'm glad that it has all come together and works good now.